and welcome to a very special Halloween Daily Glue. Hello, my children, and welcome to Count Bender's Monster Horror Chiller Theater. Ow! Today, we present terrifying tales of terror to thrill and frighten you. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, why I pondered, weak and weary, over many and quaint of curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books sucrase of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the sulken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now I still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor, entreating enchant my chamber door. It is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore." But the fact I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so fairly you came tapping on my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming, dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, the darkness gave no token, and the only words there spoke a whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and the echo murmured back the word, Lenore, merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my souls within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," and said I, "surely, it is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what there is, and this mystery to explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when with many flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. No least obsessant made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mine, O Lord or Lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Peleus just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stem decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, though I said art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Oh, quoth the raven, nevermore. Much have I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though it is answer little meaning, little reference bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing the bird above his chamber door, bird or beast above the sculpture bust above his chamber door, which such name as nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in the word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "O friend, have flown before? On the morrow would I leave me, as my hopes have flown before?" Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters, its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whose unmerciless disaster followed fast and followed faster, 'tis his song one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore. Oh, never, nevermore." But that raven still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in the front of the bird, the bust and the door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking this was ominous bird of yore. What this grim, ungainly gaunt and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat, engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that lamp-like gloating o'er. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that lamp o' light gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamp light gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from unseen censer, swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tudded floor. "Wretch," I cried, "thy God hath lent thee, by these angels thee has sent thee, respite, respite, and nymph from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nymph, and forget the lost Lenore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Prophet, and I said things of evil. Prophet still of bird or devil, whether tempter sent, or whether temptress taught thee here ashore. Desolate yet, O undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by the God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the destined Adene it shall clasp a sainted maiden, the angel named Lenore, clasp her rare radiant maiden, who the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend I shriek upstarting, get thee back into the tempest of the night Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of the lie that a soul has spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door, and take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never fitting, still is sitting on the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and in his eyes all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the light lamp o'er him streaming through the shadows on the floor, and my soul out the shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. And so ends our tale of terror. Happy Halloween!